Good Thursday morning. My name is Chris. I talk about fitness and finance. Today is credit cards, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So a credit card can be a notable source of savings or a shovel that digs you into debt faster than you knew to be possible. With great power comes great responsibility. Let's make sure you end up on the responsible side of the fence. After watching this, you'll be equipped with knowledge on how credit cards can benefit you, how they can cause damage, and whether or not the risk is worth the reward. Finally, we'll touch on how to get the shovel out of your hands if you cannot stop digging. Credit cards are appealing. They'll often offer a reward system for things that you would purchase regardless. You already need what you're buying, so why not simultaneously work towards a free trip, a discounted hotel, or put a certain percentage of the cost back into your pocket? In theory, you're right. You want to optimize and benefit. In practice, you could be right. Ensure that you understand the game, as there are traps along the way that could shoot you back to the start of it, if not start you at a new game you have to beat just to get back to baseline. The objective of the credit card game is to make credit cards benefit you. So how can credit cards work in your favor? First is credit score improvement. Your credit score bleeds into all things finance. It will pay dividends if you work to build and to maintain it. Second is discounts, specifically cash back. So every dollar counts, dollar saved is a dollar earned. Next is other rewards. So cashback is my favorite, but we can't overlook aggressive travel rewards, one-time bonuses that some cards offer. Then is security. So the likelihood of you having to pay for fraudulent purchases that you did not make is drastically reduced when using a credit card. Those are your focus points for winning. So how could you lose by using a credit card? They have absurd interest rates. You're not only punished through paying interest on credit cards, but you're also ruined. It's a little bit traumatic, but it can be detrimental. If you watch this video through, you'll further understand the caliber of damage that deep credit card debt could cause. Next is fees. So even if you make all your payments on time, you cannot avoid annual and foreign transaction fees of cards that charge them. Then is accessibility to debt. It's already pretty easy to make poor decisions. You want an environment conducive to making good decisions. Think twice before enabling yourself to spend more than you have. It really can add up quickly. Then is the impact on your credit score. So credit score improvement was listed as a benefit, but if the card is misused, you'll pay for that mistake in interest, and then you'll pay for it again and again due to the effect that it has on your credit score. So the good and the bad summarized. The good has to do with the opportunity to improve your credit score, cash back on all purchases, card-specific rewards, and security. The bad includes very high interest rates, annual and transactional fees, easy access to debt, and potential negative impacts on your credit score. I'd argue that the bad far outweighs the good. The reason that I use credit cards despite this is because with organization and knowledge, you should never experience any of the bad. Next is the ugly. So the ugly is usually a result of a lack of knowledge or of unforeseen circumstances. Credit cards are not emergency funds. If you don't have the money to spend, you don't need to spend money. It would be wise to stay as far away from financing as possible. Last thing you need if you don't have money is payments owed on the money that you don't have. Here's a nightmare scenario that'll help you to gain greater respect for the possible consequences of misusing a credit card. So the average APR, annual percentage rate or interest rate of a credit card is 25.33% at this time. If you racked up $10,000 in credit card debt and paid $250 per month towards your balance, it would take 7 years and 3 months to pay it off. $11,724.31 would have been paid in interest alone, plus you have the $10,000 on the principal itself. So it costs $21,724.31 in over 7 years to recover. This is assuming you made every payment on time. So what did that $10,000 purchase do? It took an additional $11,724.31, which limited your ability to save or invest $250 per month for 87 months. And it likely impacted your credit score negatively through maintaining a high level of credit utilization. Not to mention if you miss a single payment during that period, all of those items compound negatively. That's only the raw cost. If you factor in opportunity cost, assuming that you could have instead invested $250 per month for 7 years with a conservative return of 7%, $250 per month would be nearly $27,000 after 7 years. So the difference in these two scenarios is $38,724.31. Check out the debt calculator. I'll put a link in the description if you want to plug your own numbers in and see how interest affects your specific scenario. So that's awful news, probably not particularly motivating to those with credit card debt already. The good news is you can make an enormous impact on your future trajectory by getting on top of existing credit card debt and eliminating the tendencies that put you here in the first place. Here's a few strategies I would apply to repay high priority debt. So number one is to eliminate excess spending wherever possible. Take money from anywhere you can to address this issue. If you're familiar with Mr. Andrew on YouTube, this is a pants on fire emergency. Then you can look into the snowball method and the avalanche method. Snowball method has you pay your smallest debt off first, making for quick wins that positively impact your psychological relationship to debt. The avalanche method is mathematically optimal. It targets the highest interest rate debt first. Next is to discontinue credit card spending. Whether this will be a new set of simple rules like I will not spend on credit until my current debt is paid, or if you need to physically cut the card and cancel, you cannot spending on credit, you need to stop now. So being aware of debt is the first step to addressing and eventually getting out of it. As with many things worth doing, you'll often be uncomfortable up front to be substantially better off in the long run. You can pay off your debt, and the sooner you start, the sooner you'll be debt-free. Category of high interest debt is not one with compromises. If you're financially intentional, you are not carrying high interest debt for long. If the last section felt like an attack, you have plenty of direction from this post already. You can stop here and tackle the task at hand. If high interest debt is not part of your life and your track record proves that it will not be part of your future, let's talk about how you can play the system. So credit score, by using your credit card for purchases that you are sure you can repay on time and in full, naturally your credit score is going to go up. Since my early 20s, I've had relatively easy time hovering between 750 and 800 without any fancy tactics. I just use the card, mindful of utilization, improve reliability through transactional volume. So use the card often and then maintain your credit line age, aka don't switch cards unless you've got a pretty good reason to. If you do the basics right, you'll have to ask to keep your credit line small. Take the increases and stay responsible so that utilization is hard to mess up. The greater total credit you have access to on a given line, the less your utilization of the total will be. So assuming you don't increase spending at the same rate that your limits are expanded. Cash back, the numbers aren't staggering, but free money is hard to come by. So if you spent a total of $35,000 annually and you earn 3% on it, you'd get a total reward of $1,050. Sticking with that 3% example, every $1,000 purchase is discounted by $30. Next is other rewards. So if you're a fan of frequent travel, plane tickets, trip packages, car rentals, and hotels can be disproportionately inexpensive when applying credit card rewards. This is a benefit that's going to vary by card. You might want to reference a resource like NerdWallet and do some comparing. I'll link a NerdWallet resource that I use in the description as well. Next is circling back to anti-fraud. So the ability to freeze your credit or to dispute misrepresented charges not only provides peace of mind, but it can also result in huge savings in the event of an actual security breach. Read the company's terms and conditions and then spend the time to actually set up app accessibility so that you understand these features and you can access them quickly when you need to use them. Credit cards can fast track your journey to strong credit while saving you money along the way, or they can fast track your journey to diminished credit while costing you. Do your research, consult professionals, be your own best source of feedback, and iterate. Hopefully this post serves as a block that fits well into your financial structure and reinforces what you've built so far. I hope this provided some value. If it did, I write about fitness and finance at Whydnetsprofit.com. I'll continue to post on YouTube to expand on these concepts and to funnel those just getting started towards strategies that did help and are helping me. So stay focused, and I'll see you soon.